The Laws of Ascension, Chapter 64, Flowers. Lorik pulls a small blue flower with a bright green stem out of the box. It has 6 light blue petals that each get darker near the center of the flower. There's a faint blue light coming from the petals. The green stem is rough, with a few small thorns still growing along it. From the base of the stem to the tips of the petals, it's about 8 inches long. "What is this?" Vera asks while admiring the flower. She slowly leans closer to smell it. "It's a soul flower." Lorik replies, causing her to stop and lean back. "I can't take this. It's too much." Vera says, causing Lorik to sigh. "You got stabbed, Vera. A flower seems like a small thing in comparison." Lorik says, causing her to shake her head. "No, you could get, like, land or something from the king for this." "I can't just take that." Vera replies, "Why do you always refuse to take these things? You did the same with the armband and the soulbound sword." Lorik says, causing her to sigh and drop her head. "That's normal. Most people don't just drop these valuable things into other people's laps like this." Vera explains, "I'm not dropping them into your lap. I happen to come across a sword only you can use." "What else would I do with that?" "You could have sold it to me instead of just giving it," Vera says quickly. "Why would I? I don't need more gold or anything right now." Lorik says, causing Vera to sigh again. Then let's say I owe you one for the sword. So whenever you need anything, you come to me, all right?" Vera says sternly while grabbing Lorik's hand. "All right, but only if you take this flower and eat it. You did get stabbed just because someone wanted to hurt me." Lorik says while placing the flower on top of her hand. "Okay, but make sure whatever you need my help with gets your money's worth," Vera says before taking the flower. "Will do. Now eat it," Lorik says while taking a second flower from the box. He closes the box before storing it in his ring right after. "How do you eat this? Is there anything special, or just eat it like you would anything else?" Vera asks. "You can't chew it. Once it's in your mouth, you just swallow it whole," Lorik explains. "I don't think I can do that. It's too big and the thorns will cut my throat." Vera says, causing Lorik to laugh lightly. "What? What else would I do with that?" "You could have sold it to me instead of just giving it," Vera says quickly. "Why would I? I don't need more gold or anything right now." Lorik says, causing Vera to sigh again. Then let's say I owe you one for the sword. So whenever you need anything, you come to me, all right?" Vera says sternly while grabbing Lorik's hand. "All right, but only if you take this flower and eat it. You did get stabbed just because someone wanted to hurt me," Lorik says while placing the flower on top of her hand. "Okay, but make sure whatever you need my help with gets your money's worth," Vera says before taking the flower. "Will do. Now eat it," Lorik says while taking a second flower from the box. He closes the box before storing it in his ring right after. "How do you eat this? Is there anything special, or just eat it like you would anything else?" Vera asks. "You can't chew it. Once it's in your mouth, you just swallow it whole," Lorik explains. "I don't think I can do that. It's too big and the thorns will cut my throat," Vera says, causing Lorik to laugh lightly. "What?" Vera asks, annoyed. "It's nothing. But the flowers won't go down your throat. When you swallow it, it'll enter your soul. There, your soul will devour the flower. The soul and life laws in it will be released then. Your soul will absorb it and use it to strengthen itself." Lorik explains before bringing his flower to his mouth. He suddenly stops when he remembers something. "Oh, and apparently it'll feel odd," Lorik adds. "Odd how?" Vera asks, stopping just before putting the petals in her mouth. "I'm not sure. I just remembered hearing people describing the feeling. Another night I had one before and told me about it. They said they felt hot for a while afterward. They were also lightheaded. It took them about an hour to return to normal. However, I also hear it can take longer or shorter depending on the person." Lorik explains, causing Vera to nod. "Then maybe we should wait until after dinner, or maybe before bed," Vera says. "No, it might prevent us from sleeping. Since the matches start at 10 in the morning, we won't be able to sleep in long. We'll need to be leaving here by 9 or 9:30 at the latest," Lorik says before stuffing the flower in his mouth. He swallows as the flower turns to mist in his mouth. It travels down his neck, through his flesh and bone, straight to the soul. Lorik shivers from the feeling before Vera sighs and eats hers. She ends up shivering as well, just as Rowan and Sarah come out. "What's with you two?" Sarah asks, as Lorik and Vera both have an odd expression. "We ate the soul flowers. They just felt odd going down," Lorik explains. "So you gave your extra one to Vera?" Rowan asks while sitting down. He and Sarah prepared a pot of spaghetti and garlic bread for dinner. "Yeah, she did get stabbed because of me. Felt like the right thing to do." Lorik replies with a shrug. "I'd be lying if I said I'm not jealous," Sarah says before smiling. "If getting stabbed in the black market is what it takes to get a soul flower, I'm heading straight there after dinner," she adds jokingly. "Don't, you saw how they welcomed this princess. Imagine what they'll do to an actual princess." Lorik says while motioning to Vera, "I am not a princess." Vera says, causing Lorik to laugh. "You can't joke like that anymore, Lorik. You are a prince now, aren't you?" Rowan says, causing Lorik to sit up. "No, Lorik starts before noticing Vera's grin. "You know what? You're right. I'm a prince of sorts now," Lorik says, causing Vera's smile to drop. She turns to look at him in shock, just to see Lorik smiling back. "Enough teasing, especially you, Rowan. As the only non-royal here, you have no right to speak," Sarah says, causing Rowan to scoff. "In all seriousness, are you three prepared for tomorrow?" Sarah asks after laughing a bit. "Yeah, though I still don't know who I'm fighting first," Vera says. "They're intentionally hiding it. This way people won't know who they're facing. It is supposed to stop us from coming up with plans first. This way it tests our quick thinking and reaction speed," Rowan replies. "It's still annoying, though." Lorik starts before suddenly stopping and going wide-eyed. "What is?" Vera starts before doing the same. "Are you two okay?" Sarah asks, concerned. "Yeah, the flowers just hit. Oh, and did they hit hard?" Lorik says while leaning back and closing his eyes. "This feels so hot," Vera says while closing her eyes. "Do you want some ice water?" Sarah asks. Lorik shakes his head before groaning and bringing a hand to his forehead. "No thanks. This heat isn't coming from my body." Vera says while opening her eyes. "Don't shake your head," Lorik tells her before slowly standing up. "I'm gonna go lay down early. I'll see you 3 in the morning," he says while walking to the stairs. "I think I'll do the same. Good night," Vera says while getting up and following Lorik upstairs. They each return to their rooms before lying down for the night. I wonder if that's a normal reaction when your soul gets strengthened. Rowan quietly says to himself, "Are you interested in it?" Sarah asks him. "A little. It just made me think back on the acupuncture," Rowan says, causing Sarah to sigh. "You aren't seriously considering it, are you?" she asks him, concerned. "I am. You saw how much his physical level increased from it. My power law only has a single body strengthening spell. The only way to improve it is to increase my strength. But I'll wait until the tournament is over," Rowan replies, causing her to sigh. "Good, and you'll make sure I'm there to watch over you. And you'll use weaker poisons this time," Sarah says sternly, causing Rowan to smile. "You make it sound like I'll be doing this again," he says, causing her to turn to him. "Like that was ever in doubt," she replies before getting up. The two put away dinner and clean up before spending a bit of time talking. They quietly head upstairs and go to sleep just before the evening sun sets. Lorik's the first downstairs the next morning. He checks the time and sees it's just past 7:30. After checking, he starts making breakfast. Lorik makes pancakes, scrambled eggs, and sausage. After it's done, he starts filling a plate when someone knocks on the door. Lorik pauses before walking over to the front door. The person knocks again, louder this time. "Yes?" Lorik asks after opening the door. He sees a man wearing a clean brown suit. They have a white undershirt and matching brown pants. The man is slightly overweight and has green eyes. A pair of silver glasses rests over his eyes. He has a light brown mustache and matching neat hair. He stands a few inches shorter than Lorik. "Greetings. I'm looking for Lorik Bolt. Is this his dorm?" The man asks with a hopeful smile. "It is, and that's me. What can I do for you?" Lorik asks, causing the man's smile to grow wider. "Perfect. My name is Vendel Copperhand. I'm the head of the humble Copperhand Trading Company." The man says while reaching his hand out. "What is your business with me?" Lorik asks without taking the man's hand. "Well, I heard that you have a Fenrir familiar. Not only that, you were seen riding around on it through the city recently. I came here in person to make a deal with you. The fact that I, the head of the company, came in person is to show how sincerely we want this partnership to happen. Vendel replies after pulling his hand back. All right, then what deal and partnership are you seeking? Lorik asks, causing the man to reach out. A stack of papers appears in his hands. It's bound together and looks to be 7 to 10 pages long at least. He hands it to Lorik to read over before speaking. We wish to purchase any and all products your Fenrir produces. Of course, we wouldn't dream of harming her by this. Vendel starts before Lorik tears the contract up. My answer is no, Lorik says before stepping back. Wait, Vendel says while pushing against the door to stop Lorik from closing it. Can I ask your reason? If it's the payment, we can negotiate it. We're willing to raise it threefold if you'll agree, he says, causing Lorik to sigh and yank the door open. Vendel stumbles in before quickly getting his feet under him. My reasoning is trust. I'm not trusting someone who clearly tries to swindle me. The price you offered for her freshly cut fur isn't even a quarter of what I can get if I sell her sheddings. Now get out of here. I have no interest in working for people who think I'm some idiot who doesn't know the market. Lorik says while glaring at the man. He looks at Lorik before gritting his teeth and turning around. What was that? Vera asks as Lorik closes the door. She had been watching since Lorik yanked the door open. It was a merchant. He tried to swindle me into selling Nixfang's fur and blood for less than a quarter of the price, Lorik replies. Really? That explains why you said all that, Sarah says, walking up behind Vera. But how do you know what Nixfang's fur and blood is worth? You haven't sold any, or have you? Vera asks. No, I haven't. But I've been working for Torvin in his shop since I was a kid. He had insisted on teaching me the ways of the market. I think he first planned for me to get into business. But anyway, I know the general price for certain things. When Master first brought up the idea that merchants might buy Nixfang's fur and blood, I thought up what the rough pricing should be for it. Master then sent me a message saying she and a few others agreed to sell it for a certain price. I will admit, her price was higher than I thought, but that's what I'm going to base it on going forward. I don't really care if I sell for cheaper, but I know I'll need someone to take care of it. I don't have the time to find buyers myself, so eventually I'll look for a merchant company to help out. But for now, I'm going to wait and see what offers they bring me. Lorik replies while they walk into the kitchen. No offense, Lorik, but you've thought this out a lot more than I thought, Sarah says, a hint of surprise in her voice. Hey, just because I'm not book smart doesn't mean I don't know how to do business, Lorik says, causing her to laugh lightly.